Hey, I am back with another video on the 47 Chevy. As you can see, we've got the cab off from the last video. Kind of got it tucked away here, got the cab separated. I really haven't said what my plan was here, but I do have a plan and wanted to show you what is coming up next. I just picked up this 1994 F350 one-ton dually, and the plan is I'm actually going to pull this cab off and put the 47 on this frame, so I'll have a one-ton with that 47 truck. Might be a bit of a challenge, but I am up for the challenge. Honestly, I have not driven this truck yet. My son bought it, drove it here, said it goes 80 miles an hour down the road like nothing, but it does have some rust issues. As you can see, there's some rust here. Looks like he did a little foam fill it in there, but overall the frame is really good. So that's the plan, is pull this cab off. It's got a 351 engine with a manual transmission, and I'm going to pull the transmission and the engine out, and we're still going to stick with the Cummins and the NV4500 drivetrain. So like I said, I have not taken this thing for a test drive yet. I'm just going to drive it down the cul-de-sac, see how it runs. It's a 1 ton that was used as a hauler for a guy who had a farm. He was a beekeeper, and said up until a couple of years, probably 3 years ago, he would drive this once in a while to Texas. But anybody looking for parts might be interested in selling some things. The doors are, this door is pretty well shot. This fender's shot. It's got really nice tires on it though, 16-inch. But the grill looks decent. The hood looks really nice. And this door over here, I think, is pretty good if you don't mind the mirror. It's got some dents in the door, but they're not terrible. But as far as rust, this door looks pretty decent. Looks good. So it's a 94. So they'll probably be coming up on Marketplace as soon as I get this thing tore down. So I'm actually going to take this out for a quick test drive and then back it into the shop and start tearing it down. This thing actually drives pretty nice. Kind of a shame to have to tear it apart. If it didn't have so much rust, I'd consider keeping it. Just drive it this way. It's nice having a 1-ton flatbed, but we got to get this other truck going. For as much as I like this truck, unfortunately, it's got to come apart. So let's get started. As you can see, I've got the front clip pretty well taken care of, and the wire harness is, for the most part, loose. I've got everything disconnected except up at the windshield wipers and over at the heater. Other than that, most of this other stuff is off. One thing about these 90s vehicles, there's just a lot of emissions crap on here. And I don't know what the plan is with this engine. More than likely probably sell it. I'm going to be the first to tell you that I don't mind taking old stuff apart when I know I'm not going to use it, because then I don't have to be so careful with it. Like this, for example. Some of you might be looking at this truck and saying, hey, why would you tear something apart like that? Others would be like, oh yeah, tear it apart. But for those that are questioning whether it should be tore apart or not, I guess I'll show you the floor here in a little bit. We'll get this taken care of first. All right, this is where the puller comes in. But again, I don't care about this thing. And through the magic of editing, there it is. Anybody has a restored 1994 Ford, you're probably not liking what I'm doing right now. Sorry. It looks like I got to take part of this dash apart to get at these screws back here. There's one on each side. So what I did is I took these little covers off, one on each side, and there's a little screw in here. Well, this one's already busted, so, you know, I might as well make the other one the same, right? Easy peasy. Now I can get at these screws. That's better. There might be one on the bottom. Or maybe not. There's wire harness on here. Well, what it ended up being is at the bottom of this, there's a spring-loaded hook that's holding that whole big piece on there. Once I figured that out, it came right off. There were 4 retainer bolts up here holding the whole steering column in place. And once I got that loose, this bracket came right out. And now I just gotta cut off the rest of these wires here. I'm not going to be reusing the steering column. I will use the shaft from the steering box and also the steering box, obviously. But this steering column up here is not the kind I want. I'm probably just going to end up buying a different steering column online that I can use and hook up to the steering shaft on the box, which is the same thing I did for my 55 Ford. All right. Here you can see that U-joint a little bit better now that I got a little more clearance. So there's a bolt on each end of the U-joint. There's one on that end, there's one on that end. I'm taking off now, and that's the shaft that goes to the steering box. I'm going to remove both of these bolts and take this U-joint out, and we can use this for the new steering column. I probably could have gotten to the U-joint if I'd have laid on my back on the floor and reached up inside the dash, but I didn't feel like doing that. This maybe took a little bit extra time, but I had a lot more clearance to work on it, and also worked out better for the video as well. I put this engine on Marketplace a couple days ago, and I've got a gentleman that's interested in it. He wants to come look at it yet today. So I got to get this thing out of here and ready for him to look at. The engine is out, and the gentleman that wants to look at it is on his way. Looks like the mice have been busy inside here. The clutch is kind of worn out. It's going to need to be replaced, but transmission is good, so I guess next thing I'll be doing is pulling that out and putting that on Marketplace also. Today the cab is coming off. There's a couple things I want to save first. I want to pull the sun visors out and maybe the dome light, and possibly I could take this motor and maybe even squirrel cage and use it in the 47 Chevy for heat. Maybe I can adapt that to the old heater box. I've still got the power steering pump and the master cylinder hooked up here. I'm assuming I can use the power steering pump that's on the Cummins and hook into this. It's a little bit different, but I think as long as the flows are pretty well the same and relief valves about the same, I think we'll be fine there. As far as the master cylinder, I have a Hydro Boost and I've got this one. And I believe there's a vacuum pump with the Cummins. So I might be able to use this one. It's kind of nice that it's all hooked in and ready to go. Everything has been disassembled, cut, whatever. I've got 3 bolts that we need to take out, and this thing should be ready to remove. We're going to be loading this cab up on a trailer soon and haul it away for scrap. But I just wanted to show you just how bad this floor is. Could it be replaced? Sure, if someone wants to spend the time, but for a 94, probably not worth it. There's a lot of foam sprayed in here. So it's time for it to go to the scrapyard. But we got this other cab looking pretty good. It's just a matter of getting everything leveled off and figure out how we're gonna make the brackets for it and whatnot. Right now it looks like the fenders need to come back a little bit to get the wheels centered. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of room between the cab and the rack back here. So we're gonna have to figure something out, maybe compromise, go in the middle here, what distance makes sense. And overall, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. This is a good stopping point, I think, for this video. And on the next one, we will work on building brackets for getting the cab mounted and level and getting the fenders centered with the wheels and whatever challenges we have for that. So appreciate you watching and hope you can see the next one. Thanks.